Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. Welcome to your doom. And once you talk about common sense, I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, 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 very important. And now these videos are not important to those people who do have a belief in God, who are sensitive, who are sticking to muds, you're religious, you smoke drugs, you weed, everything like what everybody else likes to do. Okay? If you're sensitive, you're sticking to mud, you don't like asking questions, that's 80% of you shouldn't be watching my videos. I do not seek followers or likes or dislikes. I don't seek none of those things because I make my money another way because YouTube is saturated. Okay? YouTube is saturated, but you can still make money on YouTube, but it takes years before you start seeing your first set of money anyway. I make my money immediately. Okay. Loops and hurdles, legalities, okay, shit that I make up, okay. But anyway, I digress. This video is going to be about fall for your type, okay. Fall for your type. If there's something I'm saying that does not make sense, or if you wish to debate, you leave a question down below. But of course, as I said before, my videos are not pertaining to the masses of asses. Check out my credentials down below. I do too many things to list. I'm an artist. I'm a Renaissance man. I cannot do one thing. I cannot do that. You just read down there below when you have the time. Now, on to the subject down here. As you saw that photo, which brought you to this video, I want you guys to understand this one thing. This is more pertaining to guys than women, but I'm going to talk about women and men at the same time, okay? Just to make it more interesting, okay? Because I have so much knowledge and we have so little time. I'm 47. I pretty much got 50 more years because I'm always in peak condition. I feel 19 and I'm 47 because I don't eat certain foods and I take care of myself and I do have my little six-pack and stuff. I travel overseas. I'm the only realist alpha on the internet. Okay, duh, okay. I'm boasting about that. Yeah. I have to repeat myself because you may hit this video and you may think I'm being boastful, but I'm not, okay? Because it's like in every video I have, right? I don't always talk like that, okay? Okay, but nobody knows that unless I speak about it, right? I'm not being a narcissist. But I gotta talk about myself sometimes, okay? Duh. But then if I talk about it sometimes, then people still think I'm a fucking... I don't care what people think, so let's get on with the topic for today. Fall for your type. This video is about fall for your type. Now, as you saw that video where that guy was like about a 3 or fucking 4, while the guy was looking like an 8, 9, or 10, standing next to each other, please understand what your number is. This is going for men and women. If you look geeky, then you should talk to a female who looks just as similar as yourself. You're same height, you're weight proportionate. Talk to someone who looks like you. This is very, very important. Because I tell guys all the time, why are you talking to that unattractive female over there? He'll say something about personality. I said, okay. So he's great. He's a sapio. I'm a sapiosexual, by the way. I'm usually turned on highly by intellectual conversations and stimulations beyond the world's agenda, okay? Because most of the time, women don't really have nothing to say intellectually or speaking. If I ever met Candice Owens or Condoleezza Rice, okay, then I'll probably fall in love instantly, okay, because of their knowledge. And they know better because they don't have knowledge I have. I have magic knowledge, so they know they're trapped with me because I talk about things that's eccentric and different from them or introverted or unique. But I'm always automatically attracted to females who are dark-skinned and just my number type. So if I'm a 7, I'm going to look for females who are 7. If you're highly intellectual and you're unattractive, okay, then we won't have sex, but we'll be friends, okay? You can pay for my services. We can do all sorts of things. I have plenty of female associate friends, okay, from a distance and from afar, okay? But to each his own, okay? Now, you women, however, must tone down the clown makeup because no alpha is going to deal with you. So just eliminate, so you wear makeup. But I met my first wife in Ethiopia, which I really didn't want to marry in the first place. but I had to because the Holy Spirit told me to. I realized that makeup is disgusting to me before I even traveled overseas. Okay, and every time I see females with that fake hair, eyelashes, big old earrings, lipstick, this blush, there's be women with low self esteems. I asked a female, "Why are you changing the color, your dark skin color to lighter skin?" That's a complex issue, dog. I got no time to be dealing with that. You can't be yourself. You're fucked. Women have bigger issues with their image, their self image than men do. Okay, but for you guys who don't have a problem with your image, okay, most of the time, fall for your type. So if you look like a five, you should deal with a five. Okay, right? Now the second step after you find out about the female's looks, okay, and she's matching with you. You got to understand her criteria, her mental. I know this is a step process. This is why most people are incompatible because a lot of times when a guy looks like a four and he meets a female who looks like a four who's actually trying to look like a fucking seven because she's wearing clown makeup, that's not going to be compatible, dog. So you have to actually look at a person first. She looks like she's wearing makeup. You can't tell she's a four, but you can ignore her. If you're a guy, you're a beta male, and your emotions, and you're seeking females, you have to look for your type. She has to look like you. Sorry, you cannot looking at females who are eight, nines, and tens. That's not gonna. You're gonna fall in love with her appearance. Okay, this happens with the opposite sex too, with the females, but that's the problem. Okay, I teach women how to stop looking for eight, nines, and tens when they are not an eight, nine, or 10. What is these numbers come from? How can you decipher what number you are? The only way to decipher what number you are is if you go out there and ask people what your number is. I've been called the nine before. I've been told I was an eight before, but I know for goddamn certain that most women don't look at me like I'm eight and nine. I've been told this before, okay? So if your compliments will add up, you do the mathematical median, okay? You know you add up all of the numbers. So if let's say you have 10 numbers, okay? And from different people's perspectives, from this 10, because that's just too small. You have to do with hundreds of people. I'm a 7 out of 10. Okay, I'm not an 8, 9, or 10. I've been called these numbers, but I know that they're saying that to probably compliment me. But maybe they do think of me like that. Then they should have been with me if they really thought of me like that. But trust me on this. You have to get enough compliments so people would know what your number is. From 1 to 10. A portion of that number is wrong because the females, like for example, a person can see a fat person attractive, okay? Right? But you got to make sure that you stipulate that in your instructions when you ask someone to judge you. How healthy do I look? If a person looks at a fat person and says, "Oh, that person is completely healthy," then you know that's a delusion. Okay, right? Okay. So you can't take everyone's compliments just on what it is. Literally, you can't take it. You can't do it. You got to understand if they're in their right mind first, just like they do in judge and jury. Okay, when you have a jury, they have to make sure they can do psychoanalyticals on people who stand on the jury, or there will be some corruption. You cannot have bias in a jury. You can't have bias. You have to do nothing but facts. But I know, okay, that I'm a 7 out of 10 because yada 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 in science, okay? Psychologically, you have to know what your number is. For you women who wear makeup, take off the makeup. You look in the mirror naked with all your imperfections and give yourself a number. You cannot say you are any number unless you have been complimented enough by enough people, okay? And for you women who hear guys who's actually saying you are 8, 9, or 10, be careful. As I said before, if one or half of them people says, that you're unhealthy, okay, before you even get in a relationship with them, then you should know the others they're lying about you, and they probably want some pussy. So you just gotta take with a grain of salt, or you don't have to, okay. But you cannot take everyone's number that they vote you. You cannot accept it because they don't have enough knowledge to give you a grade in the first place. So fall for your type. It's very important. So let me see. How can I put this again? I'm almost at 10 minutes here. Um, you find out that you're a 5 because I see guys out there who look like a 5 in the 4s. Okay, what other numbers? How do you tell? Okay, hold on. Let me do it right now. If you're a 1, you're handicapped. You are literally bound, okay, with a deficiency or some kind of augmentation in your body, or sideways, unsymmetrical, any wheelchair, okay. You're a 1, okay. Just common sense would say. If you're overweight, okay, that's a 1, okay. That's very unhealthy. You're a male or female. You're a 1 to me, okay. To me. Now, I don't care where you get your information, what a 1 is, but that's my terminology. The fatter you are, the more unattractive you become, and more unhealthy you are. We're not talking about your psychology here, your train of thought. We're talking about your appearance. Now, if you're a 2, you take away something slightly. You're not in a wheelchair if you're a 2. Or maybe you are. Maybe you have a limp with you. You are still in the red zone. There's something about you, okay, if you're a 2, that's completely obvious, and you are unattractive if you're a 2. So I shouldn't even be talking about 1s, 2s, 3s, or 4s. Because if you're a 4, so I'm going to skip 3 because you know what I'm leading to this. Because you can measure it all you want, okay, between the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. Even women can be these 1s, 2s, and 3s, and 4s from my perspective. From my perspective, if you're a 1, 2, 3, or 4, okay, now that's your outside appearances now. We're not talking about your junk, your dick, or your pussy. We're talking about you butt naked and you stand in front of a mirror, okay? You butt naked and you stand at the outside. We're not talking about how long your dick is, okay? We're not talking about how tight your pussy is or how you can manipulate it. We're talking about your outside appearances with nothing on. If you cut all your hair off, okay, because some people look better with their hair cut off. Because me, I look good with my hair all cut off. Some people look better with their beard cut off. If you cut all of it off, okay, you may gain a number, okay. But trust me on this. If you are 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're unattractive. And I've met countless women who look like 5s and 4s all of the time. But then when I asked them, I said, I can prove it to you that you are a 5 or 4, okay? They don't want to listen. Take off the makeup. If you're a female, take off the makeup and let's look at it. Look at your belly. Look at your belly. That's you can lose like 2-3 points compared to who's judging you. If you have a belly, that's a form of your health. Okay? Lots more women will gravitate towards thinner females than fatter females. Lots more men will rather deal with a female who's more thinner than thick. For females, nicely built, nicely shaped, nice size pair of titties, nice ass, not too big, not thick. Now thick, you know what thick is, okay? There's a weight there. Like if you 130 less, most guys will prefer 130 and less than a woman who's between 130 and 160. Now, depending on their weight, okay, they may choose someone in the thick side because but they will not choose someone overweight. Most people will not. Most men will not choose overweight women. They will not. When I talk to men who choose overweight women, to me, that's more of a fetish area. So we're not even going to dwell in the realm of fetishes here. Because I have a fetish too as well. With strap-ons. Okay, yeah. Okay. Because I have the biggest dick, okay. I don't never use my real dick when use vaginas. Never. My dick is big, but it's not huge. You understand? Average is big to a female who's a virgin. Okay? Average size penises are big to virgins. Got it? Now, if you're small, like the Chinese man or the banana man, okay, whatever, okay. What? I don't know. I don't know what to say, but that's funny. There's females with 2 vaginas. There's hermaphrodites out there who has a penis and a female genitalia. Male and female genitalia. You got to be careful with that. those are the deficiencies, deformities, okay, deficiencies. They haven't eaten enough. The nutrients, I don't know. They were born like that. Dispositions from birth. That's sad. I don't know what to do about that. But I feel bad for you. But I can laugh at you at the same time. Because you probably was cursed from your past life. Something you did. I don't know. Sometimes I blame myself for being in this world. And I'm good looking as a 7. How is that? There are people out there who doesn't like the way they look, even though they're beautiful. That's sad, but I'm one of those individuals. Sometimes I don't like myself. I don't like the way I look sometimes. What do I want to change? Really, I don't want to change anything because it protects me. Now I'm contradicting myself, okay? If I change anything on my body, like some females tell me to remove my mole, okay? And remove your eyeglasses, okay? And then I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because I'll get STDs. The more prettier a person is, the more STDs they have. So that's a good sign to you guys who think that you're ugly. Okay, no, you don't have the most STDs now. So you should know that's a fact, right? Okay. Other than that, that's all I really gotta say. I'm at 16 minutes. Fall for Your Type. There's a song out there with Jamie Foxx, and the song is called "Fall for Your Type" by Jamie Foxx. Okay, and then I was like, again, Jamie Foxx is a highly talented individual. You know, but of course he's in the bracket of 8, 9s, and 10s. So what is a 5? What is a 5? Just think about weight size first. What is a 5? If you basically have an average looking face and it's not completely symmetrical, or you have no chisel, or I have chisel on this. See, this is a feature here I have. You know, don't look at this because that's if I have a lot of hair, then of course I look super attractive because you're looking at the head. But if I cut it all off, then I look. But you can't. You got to have that chisel. You got to have some feature that doesn't make your face look old. And white people age far more worse than black people do. So don't try it, white people or light color people, yellow people. I don't care. I feel bad for that gene. But you know, comes great wisdom, comes great responsibility. Also comes with a curse. Every beauty in every form comes with a curse. So if you're more unattractive, you are blessed to have more money. And you won't have any STDs, okay? Or you'll have more knowledge. The more attractive you are, the more unattractive you are, the more things you should have. You may be able to get disability easier. Now, if you're in the medium, you might have a balanced life, but you might get best of both worlds. The best of both worlds. That's a beauty. I'm right in the middle, but I'm a 7 out of 10 now. But when you're up there after a 5, it gets a little bit superficial because people only like you because you're beautiful. And to me, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I don't want to be a 1. I don't want to be a 10. And I feel bad for all you beautiful, dumb motherfuckers, because that's... There's a lot of stigma and bias when it comes down to people who are very attractive. Because sometimes they're rich because of their beauty, okay? So you gotta watch that shit too. So other than that, there's curses that come along with all of them. And being near the middle is the best of both worlds. So fall for your number type. Take off the makeup and stop thinking you're beautiful if you have to wear it. Because if you want to be beautiful, women, take off the makeup. You don't need a wig. You don't need a perm. There's something wrong with what I just said somewhere. You don't need a wig or a perm. I saw some women put that poison in their hair. I said, what are you doing, bitch? Bitch! Bitch! How dare you call me? I said, but you're a bitch because that's a Jezebel spirit. Get that shit out of your hair. Do you know that men are more attracted to a woman who has nappy fucking head and a big ass than a woman who has a perm in her hair and shit and all this other shit? Because he's just looking for some ass. See, if a beta male or a beta alpha male look for a woman and she wearing the makeup, she wearing all that shit, I mean, you know, superficial. It's not real, dog. He's dealing with her for superficial means because she got makeup on. He doesn't care if she wears makeup. All right, until it comes off. Now, when it comes off, he might change his mind. Now you got to keep the makeup on for the rest of your goddamn life, okay? You got to keep the makeup on because he was attracted to you because of the makeup. Oh, so many complications. Just be yourself and keep the goddamn makeup on. I tell my daughters all the time, you can't stay with me with makeup on, baby. Simply put, in Africa, they don't wear makeup. They can't afford it. They are the most beautiful over there in Africa. Don't ever underestimate that, okay? Because sometimes when you're poor, you're at your most beautiful. And you're also at your most healthiest. I teach women all the time it's better to be poor over there. I'm poor too. But to each his own. I'm out of here, guys. Fall for your type. I hope you learned something from this video. All unscripted. Peace. Because I don't always say it in every video. I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. I would not make my videos if it wasn't for you beautiful elitists out there who actually listen to my videos. Who do you want me to talk about? Okay, because I know I get people all the time telling me, you should make a video about this, but they don't want to join my Patreon. So I can't keep continuously helping them. I said, I don't understand why you keep asking me. You ain't even part of my Patreon. You asking me to do something creative, right? You like when you have my perspective, right? Oh, you do. Because I'm a Generational X. I don't play that shit. But just because someone's a Generational X doesn't make them alpha. You gotta have the videos to back up that you're an alpha. You cannot say you're an alpha and you have no backup. I got videos. You come in, I show you video. Oh, yeah, you the real shit. Yeah, because I talk to multiple women on what they should be doing with me, okay? And I sell women products. And sometimes I try to sell something there, right? And then Facebook get me. Because some female who's fat and unattractive has reported me, and I got my dating thing disconnected off of there because I didn't even put it in my main my profile. I said I do professional services, okay, and somebody reported me, and I know who did, okay. And like, oh, what you do? She was like, she was a feminist. I said I deal with feminists too, okay. We could work something out here. I love feminists. I love feminists, and we can do something together, okay. I agree with everything you say. Just pay me. And because I do better services than Kevin Samuels, guaranteed, hands down. And I'm cheaper, too. I don't ask for thousands of dollars. I'm like, wow, that's great. Okay, lots of women are like, I still don't want your kind. You're not even to me. I want to chop off your balls. They don't want to hear it. They're too angry. Then they'll report me. Then a whole lot of other women suffer. Some women compliment me, say, yeah, I just say, at least I'm honest. I'm right up front, okay? Alpha males are up front. They're hard to deal with, okay? But I'm out of here, guys. I sell my shit on here too, but I put some YouTube videos trying to sell my services too, but it's not working too well because YouTube got a hold of my videos. They're twisting it, okay? I got a video out there that's, I do services for women. I just put that out there. Some women come to my inbox. I get some services sometimes. But most of the time, I try to convince them, no matter what I do, okay, they don't pull. Because they broke. They don't got no money, okay? But other than that, I'm okay with that, okay? I'm fine. But I get my money another way, too. Other than that, peace.